we're going to stay in the settings page for this video, and we're going to talk about the setting to automatically reset due back dates based on for loaned inventory based on an event that they're associated with. So there's two caveats here that you need to be aware of. The first is that the inventory itself has to be loaned inventory. So the consignment status needs to be loaned. And so if you're sending inventory new out of let's say your warehouse and you haven't changed the consignment status to loaned, you're going to want to do that before you transfer the inventory. And then the second is when you do the transfer itself is going to have to be assigned to a case, because the case date is the anchor that we use to reset the inventory due back date. So I'm down at automatically set due back date for loaned inventory. I'm going to turn this on. And then you'll notice here, this is the criteria that we're going to set, right? So we have automatically set the due back date on any loaned inventory to, and I have 2 days after the event date that the inventory is associated. So I could do it 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever your policy is. If it's 72 hours, set it to 3 days. I'm going to keep it at 2. It is saved. And so now to demonstrate this, we go to movements and we're going to go to transfers, and we're quickly going to create a transfer. So I'm going to select just my organization. I'm going to send it to a sales rep. I'll go ahead and pick a sales rep, and then I'm going to add a container. And I know that this container has a consignment status of loaned. If it didn't, you wouldn't be able to see the next piece that I'm going to show you. So the first thing that you want to do, obviously you can reset any of these things that you'd like, but you have to assign it to an event. So I'll just assign it to, these events are all old, but I'm assigned to this event just to show you. You can ship to address is the recipient's address. Now this is a new checkbox, and this only shows up for inventory that is the status of loaned, and it will only show up after you've turned that setting on. So if you haven't turned the setting on, you're not going to see this. But if I click this checkbox, due back date is automatically going to get set to 2 days after the event. So remember, this is the event, and you can actually, tell here 2024-03-28. We put the date into the title, and so the due back date is April 1st, 2 days after that. So again, you just click create, it creates a transfer, but it automatically assigns that due back date to every item that is associated inside of that transfer. So it's a really nice way to not have to mess with or worry about resetting due back dates on every single thing. If you have a policy and that policy has a certain number of days after a case, just set it in the setting, turn the setting on, and you're basically done.